Hello guys, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Burke, and if there's one thing that I get asked for a lot on this channel, it's more and more scary videos. I've really gathered some good stories for you today, and I hope you're sitting comfortably for the top 10 most scary haunted schools in the world. Starting off at number 10 now, we have El Paso High School. This school in Texas is over 100 years old and has more haunted stories than you can even imagine. There were stories there of hallways full of some strange mist and even goo dripping from the ceiling, which led to the discovery of hidden classrooms that nobody even knew about. Very creepy stuff, but nothing can touch this picture of the graduating class of 1985. You see that girl in the white in the middle? Yeah, well, she wasn't actually there, according to people who were at that picture. Some people say it was the ghost of a girl who jumped to her death off a balcony connected to the misty hallway. I'm gonna stop this one here before it gets any more scary. Alright, at number 9 now we have Lambertville High School. This school in New Jersey closed in 1955 and burned down in 1984. What was left was a shell of a building. In the years after, ghost hunters would explore its ruins. Inside was an eerie blackboard with a chalk drawing of children in a classroom as flames licked up around them. Every hallway looks like something out of a horror movie, and if all of this wasn't enough, there's the tale of Buckeye, the ghost of a student who apparently broke his neck playing football and died. He then haunted the school and was said to deliver the same fate to anyone who mocked him. No thank you. Alright, at number 8 now we have Lincoln High School. This South Dakota school opened in 1965. Not too long ago, but enough time to build up a lot of ghost stories. There's been reports of disembodied footsteps, jangling keys, doors opening and then slamming all by themselves, and perhaps the most creepy of all, reports of a 10-foot tall man in a trench coat floating 6 feet off the stage floor and then just fading away like creepy ghosts do. The fear got so big at one point that 3 students actually made a ghost documentary about the school. It's well worth a watch if you're interested in seeing more. Coming in at number 7 now, we have Pocatello High School in Idaho. This school made headlines in 2014 when creepy surveillance footage seemed to show a spirit walking through the hallways at night, quickly followed by all of the lights flashing on and off. Take a look for yourself, it's pretty weird stuff. Of course, as soon as this happened, people tied it to an old story that had gone around the school for years. That sometime in the 1940s, 2 girls made a suicide pact. One girl killed herself by hanging herself from her locker, but the other girl backed out. Some people say the surveillance footage is the spirit of the dead girl seeking revenge on her traitorous friend. Moving on to number 6 now, we have Cathedral High School. How do you make a school haunted? You build it on a cemetery. That's the recipe, and that's exactly what this LA school did. They built it on top of the bodies of scores of buried Catholics. Sometimes, when they renovate the school, they find tombstones, coffins, and even bones underneath. This seems far from resting in peace, and many students at the school have reported seeing and hearing the spirits of the dead. Creepy stuff. I think they should just let all the students go home. Like forever. Next up at number 5 now, we've got Lee Williams High School. In Kingman, Arizona, students have reported seeing the ghost of a man in a bowler hat at the school. He never says anything, just kind of walks the hallways wearing a long, creepy coat. Scary. But what's creepier than that, you might ask? How about a little girl? Yes, the ghost of a little girl has also been heard at the school at night, calling out that she just wants to go out and play. Ugh. The thing about creepy ghost girls is that they'd have a lot more friends if they didn't call out creepy things like, please come out and play. No, I don't want to. Alright, coming in at number 4 now, we have Urbana High School. This school in Illinois has had ghost stories attached to it for many years. There are stories online of students being too scared to climb up to the towers at the top of the building. Apparently, they used to be classrooms, but now they are just the stuff of legend. Why? Well, the stories that have been passed down include a ghost haunting there who used to be a female teacher at the school. Now, she was said to be in love with one of the male students, but because they couldn't be together, she hung herself. Well, they say ghosts exist because of unfinished business here on Earth, and I think that one sounds about right. Next up at number 3 now, we have Stacklands Retreat House. This school in the UK was built in the 1940s and was closed in 2005. Once you see the pictures, I'm sure you'll understand why. Apparently, it was being haunted by the ghosts of priests who were sacrificed there nearly 80 years ago after the owner turned to Satanism. In 2016, ghost hunters went in and claimed to have recorded the voice of a disembodied woman saying that devil worshipping had happened there. Sometimes schools get so boring, people turn to devil worshipping. Moving on to number 2 now, we have Bristol, Tennessee High School. Some of the hauntings we've talked about in this video have been a little bit vague, but the attendees of this school are crystal clear about who haunts their corridors. 3 ghosts. Agnes, whose footsteps echo around the hallways, and then there's a phantom train that might have killed her, and a former athletic student who was run down and killed by a car on his walk home from a game. Personally, I'm not really scared by the thought of a phantom train, just the little girl and also old people ghosts. I'd be fine with the ghost train. Be fun. And finally at number 1 now, we have Topeka High School. If this looks like a church to you, well, that's kind of fitting because it's built on top of an old graveyard. The city of Topeka grew quickly at the end of the 20th century, and there wasn't really enough room for the new high school, so they built it right on top of a local graveyard. Now, unlike the school we talked about earlier in this video, they had the foresight to fully excavate the graveyard before building the school there. Now, this may have been smart from a building standpoint, but maybe not a spiritual one. Students have reported many apparitions throughout the years, and unlike a lot of other ghosts we've talked about, these ones apparently talk to each other. No. Whole entire conversations have been heard between the apparitions and whatever thing they're talking to. Some people wonder if this is an echo from the past, or are they plotting revenge? Well, are you creeped out yet? Where are you on a scale of 1 to spooked? Either way, I'm sure you guys appreciate your own schools a lot more now. Unless you live in an even creepier one, in which case, shall we do a part 2? Let me know. I'm Danny Burke, and I'll see you all in the next video.